Hello? Hello, hello? Are we live? Are we kicking? Are we, grooving? Are we, moving? Are we living? How are we doing? Are we doing good? We're public? We're live? We're excellent? Alright then, excellent. Well, hi there, you guys. Welcome to another stream. A, sketching stream. As, for tonight, or this, morning, or afternoon, however time it may be for you. Yeah, we got some kaoruko sketches, as you can see, from what we got going right here, and as well as the thumbnail. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we just gonna be having some kaoruko sketches and talking about our best girl that we got here, kaoruko waguri, and yeah, you know, I figured, oh my gosh, like, it's still hitting me that we're how to say it, like, it's already it's still over, you know, the first season of the fragrant flower blooms with dignity, you know, and it actually got a great hit. This anime is, I have with it, and I'm like, you know, I figured, you know, let me just do some real-time sketches of it, since, you know, it's a very lovely series, and yeah, it's definitely got me hooked, especially when it's like a bit of an oddball in its own right, since it's like the season finale ends with them being together, you know, with Rintaro asking her out, and so that was definitely a surprise there. Like, they got together right away, like, oh wow, you know. Normally romance animes, it's like it ends once they get together, you know, but with this, with kaoruko and Rintaro, they got together right off the bat, you know, and so that's like, you know, I can't wait to see how season 2 is gonna play out, and how that's gonna impact things, and how, you know, things are gonna turn out with them, because I am excited for you know, the fun adventures and the growth that's going to be happening in the series, especially since you know, I'm a huge sucker for romantic comedies, and this one in particular has, you know, caught my eye greatly. Especially with my own personal love for desserts. You know, I, for one, am a huge lover of, what's it called? Brownies. Yes, and anything to do with, like, a chocolate cake. You know? Because, like, then I'll get, like, kaoruko too, with that funny face that she does whenever, she's looking at the cake, and it's like she gets all mouth watery, you know, and so I'm like, yeah, that's me too. That's me when I see a good old fudge Oreo cake, you know. Um, it's always a wonderful pick with um, the birthday comes around. Getting in on that because normally outside of that I don't dwell in pastries and all that, but when the birthday comes around, and I like to spoil myself. So yeah, I mean, the fragrant flower blooms with dignity is definitely a anime to not sleep on by any means. It's a beautiful anime and very cutesy, um, lots of good stuff to go on there. Sure. But as far as what we got now, it's keeping things pretty loose and how to say it, like loose, pretty free, especially with the slowness of OBS that has been coming up lately. Although it looks like up to now it's actually not noticeable, which is hooray, yeah, that has been a bit of a slowdown there. So as ever, I keep things pretty what's the way to say it, loose, like not so constricted or like overwhelming on the thing. Yeah, like overwhelming on it, because it does get real slow whenever things get more on the rendering side of things. So as ever, I don't get too invested with the streams as of late, which sucks because I like documenting what we got going, and sharing it with y'all. But unfortunately, this is just what we're gonna be having to deal with for now, of course. But yeah, I mean, good stuff, seeing what we can come up with in our own little drawings that we got going here. And not gonna get too crisp or clean with it, just gonna get a basic rundown, then afterwards, as ever, I'll go in for a bit more of a cleaning style of things. This is just more like getting the how to say it, like the overall idea down, and then later on I'll of course be much more lenient. For now, I'm just gonna wing things a little bit. Keep it pretty simple. We love simple. Yes, we do. Simple is good, and simple is But yeah, I mean, since I last checked up on, I haven't heard any updates about season 2, but I do have fingers crossed that it'll be sometime this year for sure. Since I definitely see it being one of those high demanding animes that people just want to see it on big screen again already. And it's funny to think about how there are plenty of animes that have gone greenlit for another season, while others have been raw and have not gotten a second season. And one popular one for sure is Rent a Girlfriend. And that anime has gone like 4 seasons already, and that is crazy to me. Like, what is so interesting about this series that people are like, all right, go for a 4th season? That's not good enough. Let's go for an 8th season. It's just funny to me what it really is. I mean, I do like the series. Definitely don't get me wrong on that. It's doing a great job at keeping me hooked and seeing how things are gonna end up with Ruka, Mini, my favorite, and of course Chizuru. I don't much care for the Kazuya. I mean, the guy's don't have no self-confidence, all that. So he's my least favorite MC. I do have to be honest. He is, well, okay. He's like neck to neck with Denji from Chainsaw Man, which is crazy for me to think about how like they're actually so in common. Don't have, I'll just leave it at that, but it's just funny to think about, like, okay, so who has it, who is the worst between them? Now it's like, I don't know who takes the cake there. But anyway, yeah, I mean, Rent a Girlfriend is definitely getting 4 seasons is pretty crazy to me, and the fact that the anime itself is still going is what's even crazier. I think I saw that the author of Rent a Girlfriend even self-inserted him a bit with making a drawing of him in Chizuru, and I'm like, oh wow. He is that obsessed with his own character. So yeah, like, I'm like very curious as to how that series is gonna end, especially if the author is gonna be like that. What I do know is I won't be surprised if it ends with Kazuya and Chizuru not even getting together, since I mean, their whole relationship is built on a lie, so it really wouldn't surprise me if they don't even get together in the end. They just move on from each other, and it's just this whole thing with them just it's like a phase of life. Since I feel like that's like the hidden ending there. But yeah, I mean, definitely have high hopes for the flower blooms with dignity. Let me make sure I'm actually saying the name of it. Oh, the fragrant flower blooms with dignity. Yes, okay. Let me just look up characters here. That way I don't scratch my brain completely trying to figure out their names. Okay, okay, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff with the fragrant flower blooms with dignity. Um, it was a little funny to see that, well, maybe funny isn't the right word, but the official, oh man, what's going on here? It's starting to lag on me. You weren't lagging like 5 seconds ago. What the heck is going on? It's because I just have that one open. Oh no. That was weird. Anyway, yeah, so the fragrant flower blooms with dignity. Nice potential. Great potential. It reminds me as well as a bit about Karake Jozu no Takagi-san. Great anime for sure. It's my favorite, in fact. And so, the story of it, of the fragrant flower, is that it kind of reminds me of like, like what was that? What was I gonna say? I went blank. It reminds me of what's I gonna say? Oh well, I'll probably remember later. But it's like Taki and Nishikata and Rintaro and Kuroko is definitely a familiar dynamic for sure. It's like very cute dynamic as well for sure. Always be something to love about this show, and what makes it great is the fact that yeah, it just starts how let's see how to say it. It like starts with them meeting, and then the ending it like goes back to more in depth in how they met. At least from like Rintaro's perspective, since there was a bit of a cliffhanger that uh, Kuroko did with like, so you don't remember how we actually did meet, and Rinto was like, what? I mean, we met way before that? And she was like, yeah, and then she didn't actually say that. So that's definitely a cutesy thing to think about there. I wonder how they actually did meet, all how waguri or Kuroko remembers it. But yeah, it's just overall really cute anime, and I do hope that it does get greenlit for the second season fairly soon. It's definitely a show that is worth watching, and definitely love doing the fan arts as well. Getting to see the fan arts, very cutesy it is. And I'm overall really messing up this face. Drawing and talking is something I'm still getting used to. The thing about these sketches that keeping things pretty loose, you know, especially if it's kinds of pencil style sketching, you know. It's I love the texture that it get going. Be that good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. I am not sure what the heck I'm doing with this face. no idea what I'm doing. But I think I'll just leave it at that. I'll come back to it later. I don't. Maybe it's just too much. Just like this. Oh my gosh. This perspective in the face is really throwing me off. Be like that. Maybe we'll go for something like that. I think that's pretty good for a sketch. Pretty good. Now, let me just make sure. Okay, yep. For here, let's just, I'm gonna do a little referencing here. So give me a moment. Always love to get inspired from other illustrations to, see what else we can come up with ourselves, Always be the good stuff for sure. Always be good stuff. Now, unfortunately, I can't have this be up in the sub view here since it's a bit, what do you say, like revealing. So we're just gonna kind of wing it. Gonna go for something like that. Maybe even zoom in these. Oh, okay, that's cool. It's like even if it's blocked out in the canvas, it'll still show up there. That's pretty cool. Pretty good. Okay. Learn something new every day. Anyway, let's get this down a little bit. Something ever so loosely, never so quickly, nicely. Maybe something like that. figure this out. What am I trying to do with the this expression here? I want to make her look happy. To begin with, the eyes are not even close in this reference, but I do want to get a little creative. Always good for that creativity. But do something like this. Just gonna play around, you know. Always good stuff. That's what we love to do around here. Playing around, seeing what sticks, as ever. As ever. Maybe get something going like this. Would we even see? I mean, I do want to see at least some of the hand here to pop up. Just a tad. Here we go like this. Okay, never mind about the keeping the eyes closed. It's I don't know what I'm doing. Forget I ever said anything. We'll go for that. A tad. Okay. Okay. Maybe. Like, something like that, roughly, smoothly, for sure. Roughly have some down like this. Keeping things pretty sketchy. Pretty smoothly, for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. We go for this a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Go for this. Okay. Oh, we see a little bit of side here. We go for something like this. Something like this. Okay. Not 100%, but you know, we definitely are getting something for sure, you guys. We getting something. Getting something for sure, for sure. Still unsure about what to do about the map, but I'll figure that out later. I'm not gonna get too not gonna be worried about that right now. We got plenty of other things to worry about, don't we? That we do. Like what to do about this hand situation that we got going here. What to do about Hans? Hans. Let me hand it to you. Okay. Do something like that. Okay. And for the year, we just have a reference. That way, we're just gonna sneak it a bit. Sneak things a bit right there. I want to make this a bit chibi-like, so we're gonna keep the neck short and go for something like this. Something like this, maybe. And then for a bit of a sad expression here, maybe she's sad from how it being too cold, maybe. Unfortunately, too, you know, in this reference I'm just realizing is that it's actually kind of like Kuroko's hairstyle with this. So, it's actually kind of a win-win. Go figure. Maybe it may not be exactly like it, but, you know, it's still good enough to where we can definitely work with it for later. Afterwards, of course. Still a win-win, though. Good stuff. For my Because it's like that in the reference too. Okay. I think maybe it'd be more like this. Really don't want to fumble the ball. Figuring things out. Maybe we'll go for something like that. Keep it pretty clean, pretty cute. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Good stuff for sure. Let me just go back and forth a bit here, do some more refining. But yeah, I mean, I think I'll go for some more tweaking here. But I don't know, yeah, I think then I'll start to wrap things up. Again, this is gonna be not a too long a stream. You know, an hour's pretty good. Something like this. And I'll work on this more cleanly for later. But I'm quite content how things are looking so far. Not too shabby for sure. Not too shabby. Let me do this real quick. Oh, okay, so that's gonna be covered by that. Okay, then never mind. Work smarter, not hard. Good thing I got caught on to that before I overworked there. But anyway, I'm just gonna leave that there just for as a reminder before I do more than I need to. They go for something like that. Yeah, and I'm still stumped on what to do about this mouth situation that we got going here. I don't know, it feels awkward. just leaving things like this. Maybe it's just too wide. I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Not too sure. And then like something with his chin, or the cheeks, I should say. I feel like it's a little too stuffy. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too mean to myself. I do that a lot. Thank you, Sawyer's film. I appreciate it, buddy. You know, having some good old sketches and seeing what we can come up with, you know. Right now, I'll be figuring out this cheek situation that we got going here, and tweaking it. See if we can get something going. But I'm still on the fence. That I are. I think what I'll do is this. Maybe I'm just overthinking. Oh, yeah, okay. I think it does look better. It looks too much if I do it like that. I think I will just do it like that. I think I will leave it like I think I will leave it like that. Less is more. As the saying goes. Less is more, for sure, for sure. Gonna tweak these fingers a little bit. Feel like we're gonna make this a little bit longer. Then go for that. And oh my gosh, like I'm still not sure what to do about this face. Like what is going on here? I do not know. See, it's situations like these where I like makes it so uh important to keep my sanity and not get frustrated at myself. How this face is looking here, because I don't know what is going on. Like, she's smiling, right? But like here, I don't know. Is that looks too much like cut off? I don't know. Maybe it's just because of the angle and the view of it is what's throwing me off here. I'm not used to it, but I do want to see if we can make this better before we wrap things up. As ever, we'll definitely come back to this later, because this is not good enough to me. So I do want it to be the best I do. This eye is throwing me off a bit too. Wonder what we can do to fix. Again, I'm not gonna get too fixed on making this look pitch perfect, but just, you know, making it look better for sure. I'm still figuring this out. One of these days for sure, I'm just gonna get my sketchbook and be like, fuck it, let's just grind on faces. See what we can make. Because I'm doing a lot of studies on faces lately, and it's still bogging me down. I think that's pretty good there. I can definitely go home with this. That is for certain. But yeah, I mean, I think I'll call it there. I'm quite pleasant, quite happy with these sketches for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. I think I'll come back to this later and make it look much more pretty. And the way it's supposed to look like in my head, really. Because it's like, it's one thing to put it down on the paper, and then it's like another when it's like, you know, in the imagination. And once it's on the paper, it doesn't look like what you had in mind. So I think I can go away. Get away with something like this. Nice sketches, definitely nice little stream. You know, doing some sketching. Of kaoruko waguri. Yeah. Not too bad, not too bad for sure. Definitely errors here and there, you know, but you know, overall it's definitely not too bad, not too bad. Especially if doing this in like a little over an hour, doing these 3 sketches here. I'm quite filled with that for sure. But yeah, these were some good sketches. Good little chit chat, you know, about the fragrant flower blooms with dignity. Good sketches, good anime, and good talk. Good chats, good chats. As ever, I'm quite excited to color this in and see what we can come up with. But yeah, I'll be posting this later for sure, after it's rendered. I'm quite excited already to see what we can come up with as far as this painting is concerned. But I mean, for the most part, yeah, this is pretty good. I'm quite happy with this. I can definitely call this an unrequited success. But yeah, good times, good sketches, and yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching along, stopping by, much appreciated, and yeah, for joining me in on this sketching session, little stream. You know, as ever, I love to keep things pretty short and sweet with streaming. especially now with the OBS lagging and all that. But yeah, that's gonna pretty much do it for this one. Um, Thank you guys, as ever, for stopping by and tuning in. But with all that being said, I'll be seeing you guys around. Take care, and bye-bye.